Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for another episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch, Season 1, Episode 11, Devil's Deal. Welcome, everybody. Let me take care of some business first, and we'll get down to it. If you like what you see here, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithm of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible. One of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you get the bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have all the links to my social media, so Twitter, Instagram, Patreon. I also have the links to my pages as well. So this YouTube channel, my Facebook page, and for those of you who still have Facebook, a Facebook group page where you guys can post stuff and chat amongst yourselves. All right. It looked like I had one viewer there for a second, then it just disappeared. Spoiler alert, I am going to spoil the episode. If you have not seen the episode, go and watch it. Come on back. This will be a video. You can comment down below in the comment section. All right. Are we spoiled enough? Yes. Are we spoiled? Yes. We're spoiled? Yes. Okay. All right. So this episode, of course, takes place on Ryloth, where the Twi'leks are getting ready to be essentially put under Empire rule. The Empire stripping them of all their weapons and basically telling them it's a good thing. And of course, we meet a very young Hera Syndulla from Rebels, Star Wars Rebels, and her family, who, of course, her father was general of the Twi'lek army, Cham Syndulla, who everyone follows. And of course, her uncle, Gobi, who of course also was the right-hand man for Cham as well. So we kind of get a little bit of this early years of Hera and what happened to her. We see Chopper not all fucked up like we saw him in Rebels. Rebels, he was really kind of fucked up and looked like he was in need of repair. And now we see him. Obviously, there's some bad shit that happens between here and when we see them in Rebels, because Chopper is a very damaged droid by the time we see him in Rebels and is taking it out on any fucking humanoid that he sees. So yeah. It was interesting, but it wasn't a great episode. It seemed like a first part of a two-parter is what it felt like, the way it kind of just faded out at the end there. And our boys do show up, and they are running guns to the Twi'lek underground, I guess you could say. And Crosshair is there too, because he's the one that's actually following Gobi, and he arrests them and Syndulla, Hera and all this stuff. So we get to see, if I remember correctly, Hera's father survives, but her mother doesn't, if I remember all this correctly. So yeah, that's where we're at on all of this. And it's interesting to see, the Rebels characters coming into play, and just as the Empire is taken over. And I didn't realize that Hera was actually older than Luke at this point. So yeah, there you go. Because Luke is a little baby at this point, and Hera is not. She's in her early teens, I guess you could say. Maybe even less. Maybe I would say she's in her early teens and learning to fly. Yes, I know Pink Floyd, insert Pink Floyd song there and everything. So, not a great episode, but an okay episode. And it doesn't really move things along. We don't have any purpose for this series as of yet. What this series is supposed to be, other than what I'm feeling is that the boys here are actually going to be more of the enforcement arm of the Rebels, if you will, the supply line arms of the Rebels. They're going to be the people that get things done for the Rebels, even though they don't realize that they're working for the Rebels. Because I have a feeling that Sid is actually tied into the Rebels somehow at this point. And she's getting more and more involved in the rebellion, is where I'm feeling that at this point. Yes, Rex is doing his own thing, and Ahsoka is off hiding at this point. She will be hiding for the next year, maybe two, something like that. And until she comes back and starts working for the resistance full time. And of course, Organa is the one that is in the early stages of putting together the rebel forces, if you will, at this point. So yeah, everything is still in its infancy. So it's going to be interesting to see what they're doing with this series. If they're going to jump forward in time. I mean, we have 16 episodes, so this is episode 11. We've got 5 more episodes left, and I'm hoping that maybe in season 2 they jump forward a little bit and we get like an older Omega. Because her story is going nowhere either as well. I mean, sure, she's the sister of Boba Fett is basically what she is. That she's Boba Fett's sister. That's pretty much what we've come up to on this point. They haven't moved any further along with her story. The Crosshairs story is kind of dead in the water as well right now. Is it my connection or is the animation stuttering a lot? It might be your connection. The animation was fine on my end. It's just badly animated sometimes. I haven't seen anything like really like glaring. Yeah. Oh no, it hasn't been like that for me, Apple Crow. That's your connection. That is definitely your connection then at that point. But yeah, no, the animation's fine. It's just the story that needs to be worked on. It really does. They need to find out what this thing is going to be, and they need to do it now because I can see this disappearing. Like what was it, Resistance or whatever that one was with the really bad animation. I can see this just disappearing, and no one really caring about it. To tell you the truth, it's not the strongest animated series out of the Star Wars bunch that Filoni has done. Yeah. Apple Crust, I really don't like the bad French accents they give the Twi'leks. Yeah, I'm glad that Hera, when she grows up, has lost that accent, that really weird, the weird way that they talk. And I don't even know if it's French. It's this very, it's a very weird accent. It really is. So I'm glad that she loses that accent when she grows up. But yeah, it's this series really needs to find its ground. It needs to find its footing. It needs to find its meaning, its purpose. It needs to find its glorious purpose. It really does. And Pepper agrees. So that's all I got for you on this one. Yeah, it's going to be a short one because there really wasn't much to the episode. Maybe 5 was Loki. Possibly. I'm thinking it might be more Tech might have been Loki. Tech seems like he'd be more of a Loki. Yeah. All right. With that said, what else do I have going on this week? Well, tomorrow is another episode of Saturday Morning Blast Off, where I take the genre news of the week and any genre stuff you guys want to talk about when we talk about it. Sunday will be another episode of Spoiler Alert, where we get to talk about anything and everything, because I will be caught up with Black Widow by then. Fair warning on that one. Monday, I'll be off. Tuesday will be another episode of Is It Worth My Time? And I will be talking about the aforementioned Black Widow. Yes, that'll be there on that one. Wednesday will be the season finale of Loki. That's right, the season finale of Loki. And then also, there's a giveaway there. These are giveaways too for this series once this series ends as well. So the ears and the cup back here. So it's going to be at the end of this, series here, or the end of this season, I should say. Wednesday, I already talked about Wednesday, Loki. Thursday, I'll be off, and then Friday we roll back around again to another episode of Star Wars: The Bad Batch. Yeah, probably the two if I could speak, probably the two lurkers here are Lokis, is what Apple Crow says. I don't know. We're all variants of some point in time or another. Hey, Raymond. If it's not Kang, you should shave one eyebrow. Hell no. I'm not shaving eyebrows. I got a day job. It's Kang. Okay. Come on. They had the building in the background that was Kang, Qeng, the destroyed Avengers looking building that actually had a different name on it, Kang, which was a Nathaniel Richards company in the comics. And for those of you who don't know who Nathaniel Richards is, that's actually Kang's real name. Anyway, we're not talking about Loki. We're talking about Star Wars Bad Batch. That's a Sunday discussion, okay? That's a Sunday discussion on that one, young man. All right. Well, I'm going to let you guys go for the night. Thank you to everybody who joined me tonight in the chat. And thank you if you made it this far in the video. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up at the very end here. Basically, YouTube takes the algorithms of all the stuff you've been watching and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos in my vast video library and pops it up there just for you. And if you like what you see there, hit that subscribe button down below there. And if you can as well, hit that like button and the share button as well. And if you want to know when I'm going to be on live again next, hit that bell down below. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube actually notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule I have up there. I change it out every week. Also, I have the links to all my media there, social media and pages and all that kind of stuff like that as well. I don't have anything up by Captain Kirk right here. If you notice, that's new right there. Captain Kirk. I just realized he's kind of hard to see with the glare there, but he's sitting in the captain's chair. So I might have to take him out of the box. Oh, I know. Take him out of the box. Oh my God. But I might. Who knows? I took Batmite out of the box because I just like Batmite. All right, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow for Saturday morning blast off. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. Otherwise, you may end up in a very slow episode of Star Wars The Bad Batch, where you get some backstories on some other Star Wars characters, just not the Bad Batch themselves. Thanks, everybody. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, stay safe, be well, take care, wear those masks, get those vaccine shots, dodge that Delta variant. And now there is a another variant that's out there as well. A Lambda variant is what it's called. Dodge all that shit if you can. And I will see you again tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody. Take care and see you tomorrow. Have a good night.